Greetings, Gremlins. I hope my mic is working. We are here to defeat the train. I hope it's not a kill everyone on the train and laser your way out of it like it is in GoldenEye. But I guess we're here to find out. Wait, this isn't a train. This one. Alright, involuntary trips. Trans-Siberian Railway. There are in fact scientists on board the train, and some of them are not there voluntarily. But just as Nina boards the train, it starts moving. What should she do? Jump off and perhaps never see her father again? Nina has no choice, and her involuntary trip begins. However, she needs to be extremely careful because the train is crawling with soldiers and secret agents. Like this guy who apparently fell asleep after regaling us with tales of his Ipecac adventures. What's in here? Ooh, a kitchen.
The catering list for the week. Today is potato soup. Delicious. A 3-month-old duty rota. Acacia honey. Sweet and with a mild aroma. I should know. I was a honeybee in my previous life.
I will take your word for that. Any fun chemicals we can...
A large pot.
Egg.
I always thought you couldn't tell if an egg was fresh or not just by looking at it. I have just changed my mind.
Alright, anything else? Okay, we have a faucet.
A water tap. I don't want to wash my hands at the moment.
Okay. Okay, I can't take eggs. I can only look at eggs. I can't take pot.
It's big and I don't need it, so I'll leave it here.
Or not. Yoink. Alright, we have other stuff. What else do we have?
My traveling permit. I could get used to my new name, Nina Perkova, but never to the photo.
We have...
Those are
tags.
Solitau's dog tags. Rank, private first class. Service number 31545.
And the number led us into his locker. Oh, we
A
still
normal
have this
pebble.
that we picked up. And the pencil.
A pencil. Brown and equally exciting in all other regards.
Alright. Guns.
2 machine guns. They are secured with snap locks. It wouldn't be a good idea for me to start anything with a whole army.
I suppose. Oh.
Dried something. It could have been fruit once. An open bottle of orange juice.
Let's just put an open bottle of orange juice in our pocket. Mine now.
When he's asleep, he looks really peaceful and harmless. It seems to be a strategic map of the Tunguska region. The arrows look like the movement of troops, but I might also be wrong. Only 25 watts. You're not very bright, are you?
Making fun of light bulbs. Hello and welcome to the train.
The landscape around here all looks so miserable and dreary. It's difficult to say where we are.
Alright. We are here to find our father. We assume he is on the train, even though we're not entirely sure. Alright, let's see what's in the next compartment.
Oh,
Ooh.
there are the first scientists already. Maybe I can get some information here. However, I should not ask too directly about my father, so that no one becomes suspicious. I have no idea what one can do with that thing.
Well, it is an incinerator. So I'm going to guess incinerate.
I paid a bit of attention in physics, and I know that electricity comes out of there.
You know, sometimes I can't tell when she's trying to joke.
That reminds me of my chemistry lessons. Not a pleasant memory.
We never got to do fun stuff in physics or in chemistry like that.
That reminds me of my chemistry lessons. One of the samples that gets analyzed here. The assistant's table.
Hello, hello.
Scientific assistant. That was an insult at university, but he really looks quite nice.
I have a feeling we're going to get to do some chemistry. Alright.
There are chemical formulae written on it. If I had paid a lot more attention at school, I still wouldn't understand them. That scientist looks like he is in an extremely bad mood.
Alright, I guess let's talk to the assistant first.
Hello. May I interrupt for a moment?
Psst. Not so loud. Dr. Lesniak is working and is really concentrating. We really shouldn't disturb him. Plus, he's in a pretty bad mood.
What happened?
Why do you sound like
Why
you're
is
8 years
the doctor
old?
in such a bad mood?
He's under a lot of stress. We are working on a test series, and Professor Sidorkin wants results as quickly as possible.
I understand. And this Professor Sidorkin gets very angry if he doesn't get results quick enough?
Well, he's okay. But Dr. Lesniak is unbelievably ambitious and naturally tries to finish as soon as possible. And when the doctor is stressed out and doesn't have bread and jam, he can become quite unpleasant.
Bread and jam?
Yes, it sounds strange, I know. But he apparently needs it to reduce his stress. Other people beat the heck out of a sandbag. He eats bread and jam.
Well, we all have our own ways and means to deal with difficult situations. And if he gets bread and jam, he gets a bit more sociable?
Yes, it helps.
Don't talk to me before
Unfortunately, he
I had my
accidentally
jam.
dropped his glass jar on the train platform.
Oh no!
And there's no jam here on the train. I've looked everywhere.
I'll be on my way then. If I find any jam, I'll let you know.
That would be great. Working with him when he is in such a bad mood is really not a pleasure.
Why do I feel like we're gonna have to make some jam? Well, let's talk to him, see what he says.
Hello. I just wanted to see if everything is all right.
What? Oh, yes, everything's okay. Now, let me work in peace.
Yes, whatever you say.
Alrighty. So, the first room has a grumpy scientist.
A 100-watt bulb. That's a bit of healthy competition for the sun.
Okay, I don't know why we need the light bulbs, but I'm taking them anyway.
Yeah?
Excuse the interruption. Can I speak to you for a moment?
As long as Dr. Lesniak doesn't have a successful breakthrough in his experiments, no.
But
The train can blow up for all I care. I don't want to be disturbed.
it's really...
No!
Okay. I guess we gotta deal with the jam situation.
The door is secured with a huge padlock.
Alrighty then. Okay, we picked up dried fruit, orange juice, and honey. Can you make jam from that? I need like fruit and sugar and pectin?
I'd better not wake him. He told me he sat in prison for 15 years for manslaughter because some idiot woke him for something quite trivial. I don't know if it's true, but I am not going to test it.
I'm gonna start using that as an excuse. Okay. Well,
An open bottle of orange juice.
Is this what the pod is for?
In you go.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
I'm sure that will be delicious. Or not delicious. A composition of culinary prowess lovingly put together by myself. It's called stodgy. It's big and I don't need it, so I'll leave it here.
Honey too?
Doesn't matter what else I throw in, it's not going to get any better.
I made jam! Sort of. Did I put it in the jar? No.
It's big and I... If I see properly, today's stodgy could prove to have a certain similarity with jam.
Do I have to put it on toast? I can't take it with me. Or do I just tell him there's some jam? Hey dude, go get the jam.
Has the mood got...
Quiet, otherwise Dr. Lesniak will completely lose it.
No. Jam. Oh, what's that? Ah, the white bread.
white bread? It's so fresh and soft that it almost falls apart just by looking at it. Surely I can take one slice.
Jam bread. Bread jam.
Well, what do you know? I should really take part in a cooking competition.
You really shouldn't. That looks like ketchup.
I've got something here for you. Perhaps it will help improve your mood.
This is for me?
Yes, you do like bread and jam, don't you? I made it myself, just for you.
Thank you very, very much. Very interesting. You said you made it yourself. Yes, very interesting and very delicious. Thank you. I really needed it. I'm feeling much better already.
I'm very happy that you enjoyed it. Has it helped your mood a little?
Yes. I owe you one. If I can ever return the favor.
Then I'll get back to you. Maybe sooner than you think.
Anytime.
Hooray! The jam situation has been resolved. Now can I talk to you? What you working on?
Phew, that was close. I have only just saved humanity from the terrible Dr. Jekyll.
Oh, thank you very much.
It was delicious
Working with him
jam
is now
on
so
bread.
much more relaxed. I owe you one.
He apparently
So if you have
needs
any
it like I
questions,
need coffee.
I
in the
unfortunately
morning
can't tell you
in order
everything.
to function.
I hope you understand that.
Of course. I'm happy that I can see your work at all. A soldier who interests herself for science, that's not a daily occurrence, is it?
No, and certainly not someone as pretty as you.
Oh, thank you.
Tell me about Tunguska.
What exactly will you be doing at our destination?
You mean in the research station?
Yes, exactly. There. Scientific assistants also seem to be easy to question on an international level. So, it has to do with the research station.
I feel like some of
Maybe I
these
can
lines are
squeeze an odd secret or
direct
two out of him.
translations from the original
What exactly
German
is your
instead of
task
like
at the station?
Unfortunately, I
making
can't
it
tell you
more
that.
English sounding.
Otherwise, the station wouldn't be a secret.
So, it's secret, is it? Very
Ha
good.
ha!
Come on, boy.
A
Tell me
secret
more.
research
Yes,
station
I understand.
that we
But
already
perhaps
knew.
you can tell me something which isn't quite so secret. I have unfortunately little idea about biology and chemistry, but it certainly is fascinating, isn't it?
I can only talk about what Dr. Lesniak and I are supposed to be doing there.
Sure.
A long time ago, they discovered that the plants in the region exhibit abnormal plant growth. It isn't a secret. It was all over the newspapers.
We did read
Yes,
about
of
it in the
course.
newspaper.
And now we are trying to influence this growth in a controlled manner.
Fascinating. And what is the goal?
Unfortunately, I can't say. But imagine if we could arbitrarily manipulate the growth of plants. That would solve the problem of world hunger in one fell swoop.
Wow, that really does sound like a huge goal.
Indeed.
This is how you get the giant grasshoppers. Okay, what about the scientists?
What you're doing here looks incredibly complicated.
Really? It's actually quite simple. These plant samples were exposed to radiation that is very similar to the radiation in the Tunguska region. At first, the doses were kept rather low, and were then continually increased. I exposed the samples in that device over there to a flame with a constant temperature, and see what remains from the plant.
You burn plants?
Yes, you could say that. We are trying to
Smoke
determine
'em
which
if you got
dosage
'em.
of radiation no longer leads to the complete deterioration of the cell structure.
you wanna make
Wow,
fireproof
I even
plates.
understood that.
Well, I deliberately left out 2/3 of the explanations.
Wonderful. Once in my life, I'm proud of my scientific abilities, and you blow the whole illusion apart.
I'm sorry.
What I wanted to ask you was...
Just a minute. If you can pester me with questions, then I can too.
Oh, yes, of course.
It's nothing personal. So, why have so many soldiers been brought into a prohibited zone?
Prohibited zone?
Yes,
For
in the research station and everything.
science.
I mean, with the materials and all the people here, you could wage a small war.
Yes, well, I'm not allowed to talk about that. You scientists have your instructions, and unfortunately, we have ours.
Ah, I understand. I willingly tell you everything about our experiments, and I have one little question and get an answer like that.
I'm sorry. I would love to tell you everything I know, but that is very little anyway. It's nothing personal, but what I do know is top secret.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'll be off then.
Okay, see you later.
Man, I really do have to dig out my other webcam so I can have a cat cam, because the cat is curled up on the couch over here. And she's very cute. Alright. So we have plants for science that I'm guessing we're gonna have to do something with. Because the guy in there won't talk to us until this science has been
Hello.
scienced.
Are the good mood and the ability to concentrate back in gear?
Yep, I'm doing much better. I know that this obsession with bread and jam doesn't exactly speak well for a reputable scientist. It's just one of my quirks. I simply need it now and then.
Yeah, it's okay. We all have our weaknesses. Also, when some have a huge screw loose.
Hey now.
What exactly do you do here?
We are studying the regenerative capabilities of certain plants.
Sounds very interesting. How does that work?
The study?
Yes.
We'll both be old and gray by the time I've explained it. Please don't misunderstand me. I don't think you are stupid. But you can't explain it in 5 minutes.
No, that's fine. You're probably right. Would it disturb you very much if I watched you working? I find all of that absolutely fascinating. I also promise not to ask too many stupid questions and not to interrupt.
All right, but don't touch anything. And if you have any questions, I'm sure Alexei will be happy to explain it to you.
Thank you. That's very nice of you.
Are you the only scientists on board this train?
No, not as far as I know. Apparently there are a few on board, but the compartments are separated from one another, and the doors are being guarded by soldiers. That's too bad. It would have been interesting to discuss research results among yourselves. Well, hopefully we'll have enough time for that later.
You have no idea which of your other colleagues are on the train?
No. The only person who has a complete list of the scientists and scientific researchers is Professor Sidorkin.
I'll
Okay,
have
there
to
we
get
go.
my hands on this
Yeah,
list.
so we need the list.
Then I'll know for sure if Dad is on the train or not, and exactly where I can find him.
To get the list, we need the science.
Who is the Sidorkin?
Professor Sidorkin? He is my direct superior and the scientific director of the biologists. You don't know him? He's an absolute genius in his field. There's hardly anyone who knows more than he does in the field of molecular biology.
Oh, that must have passed me by. Do you think I could talk with him for a moment?
He's right next door. But if I were you, I wouldn't bother him right now. He's under a lot of stress and is extremely irritable.
Well,
And when I
maybe
say
he just needs
extremely
some
irritable,
bread and jam.
I mean even more irritable than me when I have to go 2 weeks without bread and jam.
Wow, that bad. Then I'll be careful. Why is he so irritable?
There are a few problems, but I'm not allowed to talk about it. I have to go back to work now. You'll excuse me.
If I promise not to stand in
Alrighty.
the way and not to ask too many stupid questions, can I have a look around?
Sure, but don't touch anything.
Proceeds to touch everything. His butt and his knee. Alright, so we can mess with that. That's this guy. This is the...
One of the samples that gets analyzed here.
Okay. What if I touch this?
I'm not putting my fingers in there. It's bad for my hairdo.
No, just unplug the thing.
As long as the scientists are in the room, I'd better not touch anything important looking.
Okay. Well, we have this other light bulb that for some reason I guess we could put here. The bright one. Wakey wakey.
If I switch on the light, the nice gentleman there may wake up. I'd better be very careful of him.
Which dumbass turned the light on? If I find out, I'll probably get another 15 years in the slammer.
Oh well, he'll definitely calm down soon. At least, I hope he will.
Ah, now we can get
That
at the
soldier's
bag.
bag of medication. If I think about his description of the effects of castor oil, it makes me feel a little more than just queasy. So, I've got the bottle of castor oil. His dirty books and his smelly underwear I will very generously leave where it is.
Oh no, do we have to... Oh no. We have to make some special jam.
I think I can say in all confidence that this will be a devastating success.
Oh man. Well, eat some bread.
Well, I'm sure that owner will be able to spare it.
What color is it now?
I have just realized that I haven't eaten for ages. I should be careful that I don't inadvertently bite into that.
I mean, that should be easy enough. It probably smells terrible. Here you go.
I better not disturb him, otherwise he could throw me out of the compartment.
But what if you give him more bread?
Another bread and jam just for me. That's almost too much of a good thing. Thank you. Oh, I'm not feeling so well. I must have swallowed the jam and bread a little too quickly. Alexei, please continue working here and tell Sidorkin as soon as you have the right result. I've got to go somewhere and fast.
We
Very
made him
fast.
poop. Alright, what you got over here? What can I poke? What can I touch? Okay, so that's him out. Would you like some bread and jam as well?
Sorry, may I disturb you again?
It's not a good time at the moment. I have to finish this first.
Alright, so I can't touch anything till he's gone. How do we make him gone?
I'm not putting my fingers in
No,
there.
just unplug
It's
the
bad
thing,
for
so
my
he has to walk
hairdo.
over there, maybe? Do I erase the formulas?
There are
No, I can't
chemical
do anything.
formulae.
Alright. It's rubbing time. Time to rub things on other things. Don't want to grab the gun. Window, light bulb. That. Do I want to wash my hands
I don't want to
now?
wash my hands at the moment.
Okay. Okay. We have eggs, but we can't, like, do anything with them. Think any of these really seem like they're for combining? I put water in the cup?
Not much water goes into the bottle, but it's better than nothing.
Okay,
It's full
so
of
I have
normal drinking water.
water? Would you like some water? No. Can I burn it? Oh. Don't try this at home, kids.
A little liquid should be enough. It would look a little suspect if everything here were underwater.
Damn, why did the fuses have to choose to blow now? I have to go replace the fuses. Could you watch to make sure no one touches anything?
Sure, no problem.
Thanks.
I'll take very special care that nobody touches a thing in here, apart from my good self.
Time to take your plants.
I don't know anything about those. I'd better keep my fingers to myself.
I mean, yes?
I'll take the sample out of the glass.
Okay. Now I have plants and a jar. What about yours? Oh, I can take another one.
I'll
Do I
take the
want
sample
these
out
too?
of the glass.
Are these different somehow?
What am I going to do with it? I'll just put one inside the other. I can't think of anything else spontaneously.
Plants. More plants. I put more plant in the jar.
So hopefully the fuse doesn't blow on me again right away. And in the meantime, I really doubt if I will ever get any surprising results here. What? That can't be!
Surprising
Really?
results.
The sample didn't burn up completely? You can see that with the naked eye. I don't even need to do an analysis. I have to tell Dr. Lesniak. And maybe even Professor Sidorkin.
Man,
This could actually be the big breakthrough.
we're just
and
like
I had almost stopped believing it would ever happen.
ruining everyone's
And you are
lives.
absolutely sure that all the test conditions were controlled and complied with?
I always took random samples and rechecked everything. And I would put my hand into the fire to confirm Alexi's competence. I've
Bad
worked with him
news.
for many years now.
So you performed the experiments. Did you notice anything different?
What kind of difference?
We have to check everything exactly. If the results are correct, it's a sensation. But if we register it as a sensation, and we've made a mistake, then the most we'll get afterward is a job in a natural history museum. So go through everything again slowly. We should look at the analysis together.
I only hope that we didn't
Yes.
miss anything. If the result is really
Science.
correct, we'll go down in
Slowly.
history.
The gentlemen are certainly very enthusiastic about their discovery. I should use this chance to have a look around Sidorkin's office. There won't be much time until this Sidorkin comes
skeleton.
back. I'll have a look around his desk first. Maybe I'll find the passenger list at least.
Let's look at all the stuff. I want to look at his
Tunguska
shelves.
Project. Error analysis is written on these files. 2000 to 2003 at the top, and at the bottom it begins with 2004. There's not very much I can do with these in the time I have.
He's got a mug with a donkey on it. That's a
huge.
big ant.
That's not normal. That must be genetically engineered.
Or radiated. Alright,
Some kind of scientific report about molecular biology. It's nearly all formulae, and those few words are just as incomprehensible. The documents are entitled Security Risks and Acute Threats to the Tunguska Project. I'll have a look at that, please. If I understand this correctly, in the last few years, several attacks have been carried out on official and secret research facilities. Documents were partly destroyed, but the culprits also do not seem to shy away from bomb attacks and arson either.
Oh, somebody's written on the
Eyewitnesses
window.
report seeing men in black robes.
Oh.
It has not been possible for the authorities to capture any of the perpetrators. Then the Secret Service FSB was entrusted with this matter, but has not been able to produce any solid results in their investigations.
Those are the people that
the
showed up at
assumption
our
that this is the work of
museum
political terrorists could
hecked up
not
our
be
dad's
confirmed.
office.
That the attacks are being carried out by a religiously motivated sect is also being considered. I
Oh,
wonder
they're
if they are the same
anti-science.
men
I
in
guess that
black
makes
robes
sense.
that Eddie apparently saw and was babbling about. If all that's true, then Daddy has got bigger problems than I feared.
Ding! Alright, Professor Sidorkin has a list of all the scientists and research assistants on board the train. Is Nita's father one of them? A look at this list would definitely be worth its weight in gold. How about we just look at the list? What is that? Ah, they're going to Desert Bus. Look
Some
at it.
kind of scientific
What does that say? Yes. It's we're looking for our daddy. I wonder what that says. Right, make sure we didn't miss anything. We did. Oh, right, there's a drawer. What does
The
that
piece
say?
of paper reads, "Place all documents in the safe each time you leave the room. Signed, W.I.L." If this safe has the employee list in it, then I should have a better look round here. Maybe I can find out exactly what is going on in Tunguska and what Daddy's got to do with it.
I thought so. The little toad is a snoop. I noticed you in Moscow at the train station, and not in a good way. Toads remain toads, even when they are wearing clothes. But don't worry. We're going to take care of you now.
Oh, how nice of you. Oh, hey. Meanwhile, back at the museum, I guess. Columbo is on the case. Ah.
What is Kansky doing here in the middle of the night? Maybe I'm wrong, but I have a really bad feeling about him. I should definitely make sure he doesn't catch me. He probably hasn't forgotten the big bump on the back of his head yet. Finally, an answer to my question. I'm curious to see what my Irish colleague has found out.
Hi, Max. It took a little while, but the information you wanted wasn't so easy to get. It was a good thing you sent me the original letter. But I'll tell you more later. For starters, let's talk about the Irish company and the letterhead. This company used to belong to a man named Ken Morangi, and had something to do with plant fertilizer. The company was suddenly closed down, even though business was going pretty good. I unfortunately couldn't find out anything more about it either. Since then, Morangi lives like a hermit on a small island on the coast of Ireland. I've attached a map along with the mail. But now to an even more interesting story. I took a closer look
Does
at the
Max
letter you
get his
sent
own
me.
little mission
It isn't
to
as
go
empty
on?
as it looks at first glance. It apparently uses some kind of
I
invisible ink.
knew it.
Not very imaginative. but it's apparently sufficient enough for people like you. Here are
Ha,
the contents
ha,
of the
ha.
letter. I hope you can understand it. Hello, Vladimir. Receive the documents. Copy is underway. We still have to settle the question of the handover. Ken, P.S. The whiskey is still waiting.
Wow, that sure does sound mysterious. Maybe this Morangi knows something that could help us. I'd better tell Nina. I wonder what she's doing right now. Hopefully she's doing okay. I'm really worried about her.
Damn. It is not my day today.
Taco!
First I sit with a bowel-sick psychopath in a train compartment, and now with a rabid dog. I've got to get
Why do
out
you
of
not
here
like
again
animals?
quickly. As soon as we reach the next bigger village, they want to hand me over to the authorities. That would be the end of my search, and probably the end of me.
Dun 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 dun.
There's
Gotta be
a
sneaky.
cuddly little lapdog in there playing with his little bone. Isn't he cute?
Yes, look at him. Alright, so they left us with our sample glass and a 25-watt bulb. Oh, give me the bone.
A piece of bone. Before I get to that bone, the dog will be gnawing on mine.
Alright, so we're gonna give him something in exchange.
A leather dog leash.
Kinky. Can I use this to lasso the bone and get it out? No. Okay. Come stand over here.
Locked.
Yeah, this looks like the padlock door.
It shows when and how much the dog is to be fed every day.
Okay.
The dog seems to prefer the left half of the cage. Above this hatch, freedom must be endless.
I mean, is the atmosphere so about a mile, I guess? Is there more? Ooh, there's more. Ooh, an ice chest.
There are a lot of pieces of meat in the box.
For the doggy?
I'll take myself a piece.
Heck yeah.
According to the top display, the temperature is 54 degrees Fahrenheit. The lower display shows a humidity of 28%.
Okay.
Locked.
Got a hose, a tube, and a flap.
A vacuum cleaner hose. Long, flexible, and boring.
I don't know, you can have a lot of fun.
A metal pipe.
Always good to have a pipe. Anything in the vacuum
I can't
cleaner?
open the flap. It's stuck. Oh, brother. There must be harder things to do.
Sure. Oh, what's this one? A
Not
butt?
to be confused with Jensen.
What?
No visible effects.
Well, let's give the doggy a treat.
I
Yeah.
can't say schnitzel as fast as he can swallow
Wow.
a steak.
Okay. So I assume we want that bone. So we want to get him to stay over here so we can grab it. Do we feel like put the dog to sleep? Now we have a leash with a pipe. Whatever good that is. Whatever. I mean, eh? Oh!
Hopefully no one heard that. Otherwise, my problems are about to increase.
Glass?
Above this hatch, freedom. The edges of the skylight are full of glass slivers. I wouldn't feel too good about holding on there. I could get onto the roof that way, As long as I don't slash an artery on those broken bits of glass.
Okay. Telephone. Here, eat this. Oh boy. And now it becomes an action platformer.
I can't see in there from here.
Well, maybe if you go over there. Oh, jeez. Oh, okay, and then the two thingies there. Those, so if we put that there and hang down the side. Man, if I were ever on top of a train or something like that, I wouldn't try walking. I would absolutely just like, dignity be damned, I'm crawling.
I can't see in there from here.
Well, how
The
about you
window
climb
is
down?
closed, and I am not going to be able to open it from the outside.
Okay. How about you throw a rock at it? What?
It doesn't seem to have any great effect. I've now connected the two pipes.
I forgot to look at them first to see if she said what they were. Guessing smoke or something, poor ventilation. They have to open the window. Okay.
You want me to jump down those
Yes, I do. Oh crap, there's so much to poke. Okay, so we have
I've now connected the two pipes.
hose. I feel like I need to put something in there
There's
first.
stuffy
There we go.
air coming out of that pipe.
Okay.
I presume this belongs to an air conditioning unit.
Okay. Okay. Can I like
You want me to jump down those three?
what if okay, what if oops, whoops, what was that? What did I click on? Clicked off the window and everything exploded. Okay. Where the freak is my mouse? Okay, so we can get back down. Alright. What if
I'll take myself a piece.
put meat down the... Wait, what? How do you deal with that?
So, he should be busy for a while.
Cool. Give me your bone. I don't know why. I have a piece of bone. Okay. So presumably...
I'll
Right.
take myself a
Oops.
piece.
I have this button.
If I
Is this our
stick the
crowbar?
flat side in the flap and then lever it open.
Bone crowbar.
There is a vacuum cleaner bag in there.
Oh,
I'll take it out.
okay, so if we put that down the tube and then close it off with the hose, it'll be all dusty and gross. And their allergies will act up, and they'll have to open the window. Alright, take that. Carefully open.
Do I have to rummage around in
Yes. Oh,
Yes,
there's a bobby
I
pin.
suppose I probably do.
Okay, we have a barrette and an animal hair.
Let's see if this helps a bit.
With what? Oh. Alright, and then we tube it off.
It doesn't seem to have any great effect.
Alright, do you want to light it on fire? Or we have the button. We don't know what the button does. Let's go push the button with the tube in.
No visible effects.
Locked.
But what about these?
According to the top display,
No,
the
still
temperature.
54 and 28. I mean, do we want to throw some meat down there? Some dog farts, perhaps.
It shows when and how much the dog is to be fed every day.
I've now connected the two pipes. The animal hairs are still in there. I'll take them out. Let's see if this helps a bit.
Okay, so that had to go to the other tube for some reason. I guess hair in an air conditioning machine.
If the heater in the compartment is on, and I am
Oh.
assuming it is, the hair should actually burn. The stink of that should be noticed even by unwashed scientists.
What are you so mean? Oh. Go down. No, go in the hole. There we go. Just in time.
Phew, that was close.
Okay, let's try this again. If anyone has information about any scientists on board, then it is this Sidorkin guy. In his function as the scientific leader, he must have hidden the information somewhere.
What does that say?
The drawer is secured with a very simple, but unfortunately, a very effective lock.
Okay, that's why we need the hairpin.
Open.
Easy. Oh boy.
A statue.
Don't care about those. Okay.
A statue. A statue.
A statue.
It looks neither attractive nor very valuable.
Oh good, I can smash it, nobody will care.
Books about Sir Francis Drake, Blackbeard, Henry Morgan, William Kidd, Jack Rackham.
He likes pirates.
All extremely pleasant folk who sailed under the flag of the Skull and Crossbones to liberate the Seven Seas from the plague of merchants. I thought Comrade Lenin went out of fashion years ago.
Comrade Lenin never goes out of fashion. Oh, there's another one.
A statue.
Alright, does this need to be a statue then?
The statue has clicked into position.
Okay.
A statue. Oh, I
Turn
can
it.
turn the statue, but I can't pick it up. It seems to be anchored to the plinth.
Darn magnets. Oh. Crap. Okay, okay. How do we know which way they go?
The piece of paper reads, "Place all documents."
Do they all have to face the same way that London is?
Apparently, the right orientation of the statues triggered a secret mechanism.
Secret
Soundproofed
tunnel
walls, and then this chair.
on a
Are
train.
they
Oh boy.
torturing people in here?
Torturing books?
A book about the notorious pirate Bale Schmidt, who initially made life very difficult for the patricians and later for the colonists near Port Royal.
Oh, spiky chair.
There are restraints for hands and feet mounted onto this chair. Has someone been kept prisoner here? I can't see any handle or switch to open the flap with. Pretty. It sounds like a mechanism has been triggered, but I cannot see any changes.
Was it the flap? It was the flap. A niche.
The mechanism in the bookshelf has opened the flap, but there is nothing in there. Strange. Very, very strange.
Is it invisible? What if I put the meat in there? Store the meat. For later. Yeah, I mean, it's brutalist architecture. That's what they mean when they say
There
that,
are
right?
restraints for hands and feet.
So there's nothing in there. Presumably want something in there? Put the meat in the niche. What else we got in here we can poke at? Oh, what's this?
A solid wooden plinth.
Or is that just the description for putting the statue on? Okay. Okay.
I'd better not go out there unless I want to land in the freight room again.
Hi, kitty. Oh. I can touch your face.
I'll take the skull with me, but I won't walk carrying a complete human skeleton.
I will name him Murray.
Wow, that was close. I managed to survive an assassination attempt in my father's apartment and the guys from the Secret Service, only to be almost killed by a picture. Life can be strange, can't it?
Okay, you almost got, like, thwacked by a picture. Let's be real.
What sort of strange lock is that? If I understand this correctly, I should try turning all the lights off.
Okay, yep. Mm-hmm.
If I understand this correctly...
Yes. Yes.
Done.
Easy.
Hopefully the contents are worth the effort,
That
and I
puzzle
eventually
turns
get
up
to
a
find
lot
out
in
where
puzzle
Daddy
games.
is.
Loads and loads of documents. This damn list of personnel has to be somewhere around. Ah, here.
It is definitely divided up into
I can do the
scientists,
Tower of
military, and
Hammurabi?
Secret Service.
Hanoi.
Lists
Towers
more
of
than
Hanoi
100
puzzle.
names
Almost
in the
with my eyes
train
closed at
alone,
this point.
and well over 1,000 in the research station. What exactly are they all doing?
Whatever it is, I've got to find out if Daddy is on board the train.
Well then, let's see. After some of the names, there is a cross. Are they all dead? I can only hope that the marks have another meaning.
Daddy's not on the list, though. Not on the train, and not at the research station either.
Does that calm me down or worry me? At least they haven't dragged him off to Russia. But therefore, my only good lead has cooled right down.
I'm on this train
I'll
to
have to look at the
Siberia
other documents.
for no reason.
Who knows? It might help a little further. Here is a file with the title Tunguska Project. I ought to have a look at that. A whole load of formulae and loads of scientific stuff. I'll be old before I understand that.
What? What's that? There is something written here about a Kalenkov report. It really does seem to be from Daddy. He proved in 1976 that the object found in the Tunguska region is of alien origin.
Confirmation.
And the strength of this report, the government gave the green light to the extension of the research station
They
to carry
said
out
the
experiments
word.
on the fragment without any public interference. These experiments led to the discovery that it was possible to influence the behavior of animals when certain radiation fields are modified by the fragment.
After that, the Tunguska Project was called into life to improve the technology. Then there are pages and pages of test results. They must have done thousands of experiments on animals.
Oh no.
Only, what is the goal? What are they promising themselves? Does it have any military use?
They will make it have a military use. Whoops. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, hello, Oleg. I hope you have good news. What? And Nina? Is she okay? Damn it, how could that have happened? I thought you were gonna keep an eye on her. No, I don't want to calm down. I made that mistake once already, and the result... Yeah, okay.
It's lower
Where
cholesterol and blood
exactly?
pressure.
Okay, I'm on my way.
No way I'm doing that again.
So, if Sergei's information is correct, then this would have to be the military hospital where they brought Nina.
I hope Nina is all right. How could a complete train derail?
They think it was an attack. But for now, we should not care about that. You have to get Nina out of there.
Who, me?
Yes. Alone, you have a better chance of not being discovered. It was a miracle that we got this far without problems. I mean, I gave the
Convenient.
research station an extra wide berth. But this close to it, I almost counted on being caught by the military.
Okay.
Kitty's back.
And so now, how do I get in there?
Start thinking.
Great. But thanks a lot anyway for the lift here. Without you, I would never have found it.
No problem.
Liam O'Brien to
It
the
was a
rescue.
pleasure. You are pretty worried about Nina, aren't you?
Yes, hopefully nothing has happened to her.
You really like her, don't you?
Yes. Nothing that wonderful has ever happened to me before.
What are you talking
Wake up,
about?
boy. You can dream after you get Nina out of there.
Yes.
You've spoken for
you're
like
right.
5
So,
minutes.
let's move. We don't have a lot of time. I'll wait here in case you need help somehow. Oh, don't forget, Nina has been traveling under the name of Pakova, and probably has been admitted under that name.
I love how
And
no one
now,
can agree how
good
any
luck.
of these names are pronounced.
Thanks. I will probably need it
Including Tunguska. Or Tunguska. Oh, look at his phone.
too. My cell phone with all the bells and whistles. You can even make phone calls with it.
We get to be Liam O'Brien! Yay!
A shopping bag made of cloth.
Are those cat noises in the game?
It seems pretty spooky, more like a haunted castle. I should get Nina out of there as quick as I can. There are small red berries hanging on that bush.
Oh, don't eat them.
My doctor always said I should eat more fruit.
No!
Well, maybe picking more fruit is a good start.
Put them in
Now
your
I've
bag.
got a carrier bag full of holes and horrible red stains.
So it looks like you're carrying around a bloody head.
Those red berries have left loads of ugly stains on my bag.
His bag.
It's locked. It must be electric because it doesn't have a keyhole.
Man, it's gonna be nice listening to lines read like they're being spoken by an actual human being.
An intercom system. I always thought that such deserted regions didn't have electricity.
That seems a little elitist of you.
Yeah?
What do I say now? Hello, I'm taking a vacation in the area and just happened to come by here. It looks wonderful. Is it very old, Shirley? Can I have a bit of a closer look at the house, please?
What?
I'm a great fan of buildings and architecture out of the Tsar period.
Otherwise, everything's still okay, right? This is a hospital, not a museum.
That doesn't matter. I only want to have a look at it. I won't need very long. There aren't very many interesting buildings around here for a tourist.
It's not my fault you wanted to spend your vacation in the sticks. In any case, you can't come in here unless you're a doctor or about to die. Now leave me alone. I want to finish watching the soccer game.
He switched off the intercom. All that stuff about the architecture tourist does not belong among my best ideas. I'll have to remember for the next time I'm in such a situation that art does not bring me very far.
But we could be bloody.
I don't like him much, but nevertheless he is helping us. And what if something happens?
Nothing is going to happen. I am going to wait here, and if the alarm sounds, Plan B will go into effect.
And
Plan
what is
B?
Plan B?
I am going to think about that at the appropriate time. And now,
It's me.
make
I'm Plan
sure
B.
you get in there.
Yes, hello, I am bloody and dying.
The guy has switched off the intercom.
That seems irresponsible. Can you see anything? What else can I interact with? Oh, what's that?
It really seems to be an ambulance. The writing on it is in Russian.
Ah,
I can't read it, but there's a phone number next to it. 03112.
03112. Ooh,
Her
we
cell
call
phone is off.
Oh.
I just tried it a moment ago. Luring the ambulance out may be a good idea, but I need a plausible reason for them to come out.
Hello, I have head in bag. I shot all the men.
Here, tie this around the hand with the missing fingers. Maybe we can fool the medic into thinking you've only just lost them if he doesn't look too
he
closely.
doesn't have some of his fingers.
My cell
Cool.
phone with all the bells. I hope my plan works. Hello. My friend is badly hurt. I think he's lost a couple of fingers. Yes, I'm standing here at the bus stop in front of the hospital. Please, send someone out quickly. I think he's bleeding to death. Yes, but please, hurry. I now only hope that Oleg's acting qualities are sufficient enough to convince the ambulance driver of his story.
My hand. My fingers fell off.
Well, now I'm in the courtyard. Now I just have to find Nina.
Oh, is that all? Just gotta save the
lamp
day.
illuminates the cellar entrance.
Surgery pliers. Gimme.
Empty syringes, soiled bandages, and a finger. I wonder if Oleg would... No, I'd better not.
Don't want garbage fingers.
Locked. Something is casting these shadows. Something very, very close.
Oh, I get it. It's a key, so they hid the key on the lamp?
There's a key in the lamp.
Yeah, there we go.
It's a strange hiding place, but better than putting it under the doormat. Because of the heat of the lamp, this key is really hot. I don't really want to touch it with my bare hands.
Surgery.
It should work with that. It fits. And into the lion's den. Hopefully no one's in the cellar.
Boy. Hospital basements.
There are medical records in here, all sorted alphabetically. Maybe I can find out what they did to Nina. K, Koch, Kaio, Cam. No records on Nina. Wait, Oleg said she was traveling under a false name, something with P. Perkova. So let's have a look. P. Pow. Perez.
I need surgical pliers to get a key out of a light bulb?
Wasn't
yeah.
he the one who went on the Tunguska
At least it's keeping it interesting.
And he was here too? That's very interesting. I should have a look at that. If my rudimentary medical knowledge isn't fooling me, there's something here about extreme behavioral and consciousness disturbances. Perez's behavior obviously showed such strange symptoms, unrecorded in any known illness. That was ages ago. In the meantime, research should have... It looks like they tried to find out about the illness by carrying out experiments on him. Through the cranium without an anesthetic. That's ghastly. Electroshocks, straitjacket, shock therapy. That reads like a torture report out of the Middle Ages. But the poor guy seems to have survived it. Then, a few weeks ago, he was sent back to his home country after an application from a certain Dr. Nicole Charlois to a small suburb of San Cristobal west of Havana. It looks like he obviously resisted so violently that they had to give him the double doses of phenylcyclidine piperidine. I believe that sedative has been forbidden for a while now. That's strange. Perez has been here for almost 30 years, and suddenly they're shipping him off to Cuba? And Nina's father disappears without a trace shortly thereafter. I would be astonished if there wasn't a connection. But what could it be?
They had the initial contact with the aliens. Ooh. Got a wheelchair.
It's probably broken, and that's why it's just sitting here.
Sure.
A dictation machine. Maybe there's a recording of Nina on it.
Patient
Sure.
1835, severe psychological and neural problems, currently in a coma. During the observation period, the patient exhibited symptoms such as optical and acoustic hallucinations, reflexive muscle contractions, and incontinence. Patient also exhibited psychogenic reactions, temporary amnesia, partial facial paralysis, and spots in front of the eyes. Damage to the temporal lobe caused by external influences, fracture of the right wrist, various contusions, and hematomas in the area of the head and arms. Apart from some of the external injuries, the patient exhibits similar symptoms as the other patients. The report must be completed as soon as possible and faxed to Moscow.
Damn, the batteries are running right down. That sounds terrible. What does "as with the other patients" mean? Does it mean that these behavioral and consciousness problems appear on a lot of people? If yes, why? What is the cause? I'll have to tell Nina about that, because something here is not right. I don't know what it is, but I definitely don't like it. Not at all.
Aliens.
There's a whole load of medicines and chemical stuff in it.
Just shove them in my pants.
If I'm not mistaken, one of these bottles contains that stuff Perez was sedated with in it. I still can't identify
Oh good,
the
we have a
rest.
sedative we can give to people. Is that just a spot? Okay. Yep. Ooh, what's that?
Quite honestly, I find the thing's ridiculous.
Well, take it. You might need it for something. Maybe you need to blow a tiny balloon across the room. Ugh. Yes, please.
Still appears to be new and unused. A syringe. Looks like it hasn't been used yet, although the needle's been uncovered.
Thank
I'll have to be
you.
careful not to touch the needle.
Very smart. Let's put
Before I
some
know
of
what I'm
this in
gonna
it.
do with it, I'll definitely not put any poison in it.
Okay.
I'm already not that happy with the thought of walking around with an exposed syringe.
In my pants. Bucket.
The bucket is full of blood. I think I'm gonna throw up.
Throw up in the bucket.
Ammonia. No idea what they use that for. Maybe as an alternative to smelling salts to bring someone back to consciousness?
Sure, I'll have some of that too.
I don't really want to find out who or what is lying underneath it and where all these stains come from. Luckily, it can't be Nina. The person or thing is far too small.
Uh-oh. Is it a child or is it an animal?
Conditions like these would cause hospitals to shut down completely. At least I hope so. My doctor always uses a thing like that to listen to my lungs rattle.
Do we get to pretend to be doctor?
I cannot find anything in particular on the skull, but the lungs. I can't
They're
imagine that the
completely
person is
gone.
still alive.
Alright, looks like we got everything.
I can hear voices. As long as I don't know what to expect on the other side, I'm not touching this door.
Oh, so we should listen.
Can't do anything about that, but you're missing out. It's a really good game. I just wish the satellite dish wasn't so sensitive. I have to keep adjusting it. Hopefully, it won't be as windy as yesterday. I couldn't really see anything properly. No, you can forget that. Just be happy that the broad is in a deep sleep at least and not constantly on a rampage. Yep, and 3 more days up in that damp room, then our doctors have more work to do. No, you better stay up there. There's hardly anyone here, but in case someone should surface, there'll be another uproar about people leaving posts and so on. Not to worry. The head physician won't even notice that I'm more occupied with the TV during my shift than with making rounds. I'm keeping an eye on the entrance. If he doesn't come crawling through the basement, I'll notice him in time no matter what. Yep, will do. Till then. And don't go hunting rats again. The doc is still sour about the bullet holes.
A damp room somewhere on the upper floors. At least now I know where Nina is being held. But it's a little inconvenient that there are at least 2 guards there. I have got to get into contact with Nina somehow. Perhaps she's got an
It's
idea
like
how to
tuning
get
into
rid of
the
them.
radio exactly when the news bulletin hits. Well,
The guard is busy watching soccer on TV. Still, I better not go any further into the room, because if he turns around, I'm dead meat.
okay. No, what is that?
The wedge seems to be keeping the door ajar. A heavy safety door. It only seems to open from one side.
Alright, so we did get somebody to go in there and then, close it. The front door. Oh, there's a lot going on over here.
I'd better not go there. As soon as the guard notices me, I'll have some huge problems.
Okay. Just can't go through that.
I'd better not go there. I'd better not.
No, take
I'd better not go there. As soon as the guard.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, soccer program. Even if I don't like soccer, there's nothing I wouldn't give to be sitting on my couch with Nina and.
Why are you talking like you're
necessarily have to be
already
soccer.
dating? Who do you think
I'd
you
better
are?
not go there. As soon as the guard notices.
Ned Nickerson?
Looks more like a hooligan than nursing staff. But maybe that was the basic qualification for the job. I'd better not go.
Alright, alright, let's start combining. So, actually, dinner's ready, so I think I'm gonna call it here for now. Save. Oh, there's a balcony up there, too. It's a nice building. But yeah, next time we will play Doctor and find our true love Nina, I guess. Liam O'Brien saves the day. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.